that I feel very privileged to do, in presenting this certificate to Del Bittner. I want to just give you a little history of a profile here. Del and Carolyn Bittner, ministry profile. Been in full-time pastoral and preaching ministry since July of 1966. Everybody just say, wow. Pastoring in Iowa, Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, and returning to Iowa in '97. Del attended Open Bible College in Des Moines, as well as Berean School of the Bible and Western Bible in Phoenix, Arizona, where he became part of the staff at that school. He served as Director of Veterans Affairs for the school, as well as guest teaching spots as the school needed him. During this time, he was pastor of the church that housed the Western Bible. While pastoring in Arizona, Del served his denomination in several positions, one of them being State Director of Youth and Christian Education. Served as a sectional presbyter in Arizona. God's calling led Del to the state of Colorado, where for 10 years he pastored and for some time served his denomination as the sectional presbyter. While pastoring in Brighton, Colorado, established and led a K-12 grade school. Presently, the Bittners are pastoring in a community church in Rose Hill, Iowa. Del has been used around the country in worship leading, plays the keyboard and the guitar. Pastor Bittner presently serves on the board in the organization of the ministry and the fellowship called APEPT International. This is the story of a man's life that's given and dedicated his life to the Lord. Put his hand to the plow and never looked back. For that, we honor you, Del. Amen. We appreciate all the effort that you've put into this. Only eternity will really reveal what your life being laid down for Christ has accomplished. Would you give Del a big hand? Well, it's a great honor and privilege for me to be able to present to you this certificate. Do I get a kiss?
Well, tonight I have a double honor. I've been honored over the years to be a friend of Jim Sears. I like Jim. He sees things the way I do. One thing I like about Jim, he's got a heart like mine. He wants to help hurting people. He's not afraid to get in the gutter with the hurting. He's not afraid to go where they are. And that's an admirable quality. Too many people want to minister from on high. Jim ministers right to the heart, wherever they are. And I so appreciate that so much from Jim and Linda being willing to open their home and their lives to people who are just genuinely struggling and hurting.
Amen.
Thank you. You know, the Bible tells us to study to show thyself approved of God, a workman needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And that's another reason I'm honored to know Jim and to be able to present to him tonight the hangman's noose of a doctorate. Because Jim is a studier. I know he's a studier. I know everything that's in those books already because he's always calling me, hey, what do you think of this? I've got this idea. I got this thought. This is what the Lord's speaking. What do you think of this? And he's constantly inspiring me to dig deeper, constantly inspiring me to spend some quality time with God as I ponder what some of the things he's brought to me and as I've read and studied them through. And it's just constantly enriched my life. And for that, Jim, I'm eternally thankful. Thank you, Jim Sears, for being my friend, for being my co-laborer in the fields, and sticking with me. Thank you. This isn't a hangman's noose, actually. These colors represent something very important. The gold, of course, is the faith. It's tried by fire. One thing we know about Jim and Linda, their faith has definitely been tried by fire, has it not? There was a time when you wondered where it was coming from, but it showed up, didn't it? Faith. Strong faith. The widest course of the purity of a man and woman of God, or a man of God. Purity. The Christ that we serve is a pure and holy God. The red, of course, is the covenant crimson blood under which we live and we serve. Tonight it does me great honor, extreme pleasure to offer this to my brother Jim. Take that book out from underneath my arm. Thank you. Let me read it. Can I read it? Mr. Jim Sears, Doctorate of Theology. Congratulations. You wrote the books, buddy. You've done the classwork. I'm telling you, I said this last night when I ministered, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. We need to turn out ministers. That material that's on that table under the APEPT College will develop you to be ministers, not just preachers. Ministers. I love preachers. I love to preach. But ministry is very important, to be able to touch the hearts of the hurting, touch the hearts of those struggling. Brother Jim does that every single day. Thank you, Jim. Congratulations. I love you.